Hi there, guys. I just thought we would have a little session on user testing types. We've got some documentation here that we spoke about, I believe it was during the week, regarding user testing within Summative 2. Keep in mind that you just need to do something relatively basic, go through a user testing process with 2 or 3 people. You can do it in person or remotely, and there are different ways of doing user testing. Now we have test types and we have test formats. Format being the way you present the application or website or whatever content you're presenting for the test. The test types mean the kinds of tests that you will do with the person. Now I only expect you to choose one test type and do it 2 or 3 times with the 2 to 3 people, 1 time for each person, etc. And what I've done here is I've just got a basic listing of test types. So first up, we've got 5-second tests. 5-second tests are a method of user research to help you measure what information users take away and what impression they get. How do they work? Participants are given 5 seconds to view a design, after which they answer some simple questions. And then you can watch them interact and get them to answer some very simple questions. It's more a design concept test, giving them a chance to view a design and then getting feedback from this testing type. So that is the 5-second test. We also have first click testing. Now with first click testing, you're more or less watching to see during an interaction what they click first. Now you could provide a home page for the website, would be a perfect kind of situation, and just monitoring with 2 to 3 people what they click on first for your website. You could ask some follow-up questions as per why they clicked on what they did if you were going to monitor or follow up after the test, but it gives you an indication on what people are clicking on. That's first click testing. A/B testing, quite simple. It's a method of comparing 2 versions of a web page or app against each other to determine which one performs better. Now with A/B testing, you could use lo-fis, you could use paper prototypes, you could use variations on hi-fi designs. It's a little bit more difficult, I would say, to use with a live website because you'd have to have 2 different variations developed. So probably the lo-fi paper prototyping phase, you just present 2 designs and then you can get some feedback and ask questions based on those 2 designs. I think A/B testing is a really good option out of the group of testing types, and I think it gives a bit of flexibility when you could say do A/B testing early on with lo-fis, after your design look and feel, or even if you really wanted to, maybe after some development. Next up, we've got user surveys. I think surveys are quite good. You could do it on lo-fis, you could do it on hi-fis, you could do it on the website itself, where you just send out the link and then send a basic survey as a follow-up. Maybe 3 to 5 questions, a couple of open questions to get feedback, ask questions about what the website goal is, meaning not asking users what's the goal of the website, but kind of saying the goal of this website is to get more contacts via the contact page. Did you find it easy to locate the contact page? Is there anything we could improve with our navigation to navigate the website? Something like that, depending on what you're doing. I think it's a good idea to do a survey as a test. If anyone's thinking of that, it's kind of easy to do. You can use SurveyMonkey. There's a couple of other ones you can use online to create surveys, or just send out an email with 3 to 5 questions, or give them to the people that you're in close proximity to, and get them to fill it out. Surveys are a good idea. User observation is a nice one. If you've got access to 2 to 3 different people, you just kind of let them interact with either a paper prototype or a hi-fi prototype or even a developed website. You can just take down notes of what users are doing, where they go to first, how long they stay on pages, record details, examine activities, the final process they maybe go through on the website, and don't be afraid to kind of not only get quantitative they ask here, but certainly ask a few follow-up questions, and make sure you ask the same follow-up questions to each participant to get some relevant feedback. User acceptance testing is a little bit more defined, where it's usually done kind of later in the process, or certainly in the development of, say, a website or web application. You more or less are looking to ascertain or find out whether the goal of your website, the goal of the redevelopment, or the goal of the website that you're making is being achieved with the ideal users. Now, what that means is setting clear expectations. So if you do user acceptance testing, it would be something like, are you able to find the contact page and fill out the contact form easily? Or are you able to find product information or how to donate if you're doing a donation type website, or things of the nature relating to the goal of the website. If the website is to provide excellent product information, that would be an expectation you would set to the user.